What's the difference between gossiping and sharing? Gossip is you tell a person information for the sake of information, or even to let the person know that you have access to privileged information. But sharing is different. When you share a person's sin or some tragedy, it is because we want to see how we can learn from the person's mistake, or even to help the person for the matter. Only such kind of reflection or sharing can truly help us. Because the consequences that people suffer from their sins, or even from any tragedy, should make us reflect about our own lives, to ask ourselves whether we are open to the life of the Spirit, or are we controlled by our sinful nature? An unspiritual life, at the end of the day, will only bring death. Not just biological death, but death to our soul. A person who is interested only in unspiritual things, always fighting for the things of this world, living a life of anger, vindictiveness, being quarrelsome, argumentative, always wanting to win an argument, to have the last word. Those who cheat, those who are dishonest, those who try to put down others so that they could climb the ladder. Such people will have no joy, no peace in their life. When we allow Christ to reign in our lives, we think like Him. We see the world, we see situation, we see sinners and those who hurt us with the eyes of Jesus, compassionate, feeling with them even when they have injured us, forgiving them. And that is the reason why those people who live a spiritual life, the person has peace. And so we need to ask ourselves, what is driving us? Is it our fallen human nature? Or is it being driven by the Spirit of God? The Spirit of God brings joy, love, and peace. God plants us wherever He wills. And it's up to us to flourish, to use the best of our situation, the environment, to adapt and to grow. When God puts us in a particular place, we always remember, when God chooses, He qualifies. Don't ever say that you cannot do it, because it is God who has put us that place. And He will give us the grace and the strength to accomplish what must be done. So if you are available to the Lord, even in very adverse conditions, you still can bloom. But if you are an unspiritual person, then of course, wherever you are planted, you are always complaining. There are some people, no matter where they are, they become a nuisance to others. They are always lamenting, always angry, always unsatisfied, simply because they are inward-looking and selfish. So, my dear brothers and sisters, the Lord is inviting us to change. And it's important for us to change our attitudes towards life, so that we will not forfeit the joy of living out this life and the joy of living with God here and hereafter. Because at the end of the day, although it is true that when we sinned, the Lord will forgive us. But at the end of the day, there is accountability. A time will come when, if the tree does not bear fruit, it will be cut down. So for us all, it is important for us to recognize that we need to use whatever gifts the Lord has given to us, always for the good of others, so that it can be also for our good. And at the end of the day, let us recognize this. The sin that is committed, we might not have sinned individually, but we are also responsible for the environment. Even if we don't commit a personal guilt, a personal sin, the fact that we are silent on what is wrong, we actually accomplished of the sins of humanity. Eventually, we will also be destroyed and perish like the rest of the world. So it's important, my dear brothers and sisters, the only way is not just to protect ourselves, we need also to protect society and the rest of humanity.